Well, hello Hunter. I am the traveling field researcher. Nice to meet you. Looks like you are interested to know more about the Garons too. After many sightings of the fang wyvern Lunagaron, the research team has been busy looking for more information about similar fang beasts. Let me share with you about all the different Garons that is currently documented by the guild. Let's go! Odogaron is a fang wyvern that causes a lot of nightmares for the hunters of the 5th Fleet. The name Odogaron can be broken into two parts. Odo is from the Japanese word odoru, which means frightened. Garon is similar to Garo. The guild give it the title meaning the wyvern with miserable claws. It is the apex predator of rotten whale. When you live in a hole like the rotten whale, you tend to develop some special ability to adapt to all this. Odogaron here took things a little bit too far. Every inches of its body was developed into deadly weapon. Firstly, it has almost no body fat and 100% pure muscle mass in order to achieve maximum agility. There are no fur on its skins also, mainly for sanitary purpose. Trust me, you don't want that meat to get trapped and rot under your fur. Instead, it has thick keratinized skins, which can also act like a body armor. The keratinized skins are especially thick on the tip of its tail, making it as hard as stone, which can also be useful to brutally pummel its prey. Secondly, it has a devastating bite force. Hunters often report about sighting of Odogaron using Radoban as a chew toy, breaking apart its bone armor at ease. Then of course, the most deadly weapon in its collection is the claws, which gave it the title of Miserable Claws Wyvern. There are 10 claws on each of its forelimbs. Yes, 10. The 4 smaller claws are not real claws. They are protrusion from its first knuckle joint. It is mainly used for balance when walking and running. The 6 remaining claws are its real claws, which is mainly used for killing its prey. Each of these claws have serrated edges. Whatever gets clawed by the Odogaron will eventually bleed to death. Armed with all these deadly weapons, Odogaron never backed down from any threat and faced them head-on. The daredevil behavior of Odogaron seems to have no limit. There have been sightings of Odogaron fighting with the Elder Dragon while Hazard reported by few hunters. When all else fails, the Odogaron still have a final ace up its sleeve. Well, up its claw. By consuming fresh meat, it can instantly regain energy and also accelerate its metabolic rate, going into a berserk mode to gain extreme agility and power for a short period of time. The Ebony Odogaron is basically an even deadlier version of Odogaron. The title, which means wyvern with wicked claw. On top of all the deadly weapons on its body, the Ebony Odogaron developed the ability to use dragon energy. Due to the lack of information from the 5th Fleet hunters, I'm not able to pinpoint the reason why it can get its claws, on such powerful ability that can even rival Elder Dragons. Maybe it was a symbiotic relationship with the Dragophage bug like the Stygian Sinogre? Or it somehow consumed enough Elder Dragons and absorbed their dragon energy. We have much more to learn from the 5th Fleet. Camu and Nono Orugaron are the few rare monsters that exhibit sexual dimorphism. The other monsters that exhibit sexual dimorphism are Ratalos and Ratian, Teostra and Lunastra. These are the only monsters that we have discovered so far that have these interesting traits. Hunters from faraway land might heard of the Golgoth, a pair of monsters that can manipulate magnetic fields. However, they are not male and female pairs like the other. In fact, Lolo Golgoth is a recessive gene variant that is much more aggressive than Ray Golgoth. The name Orugaron can also be broken into two parts. Oru might be taken from the two-headed demon dog in Greek mythology, where the name I can't pronounce. Garon is again a wordplay of the word Garo. They are given the title of Echo Wolf due to their roar that can make your internal organs tremble. To tell the Orugaron apart, we just need to look at the color of their coat. Apart from that, other physical features are more or less the same. The other prominent feature of the Orugaron is the beautiful mane that grows from the forehead to the tail that will turn bright red when they are excited. Unlike Odogaron, which heavily relies on its sense of smell, the Orugaron can effectively use all its sense of sight, smell and hearing to coordinate complicated attacks to corner its prey. The couple also have extreme lung capacity, capable of inhaling and exhaling large volume of air in a short time. They use this ability to shoot high pressure air that is as strong as hurricane. It was also due to the extremely developed lungs they can generate roar with such tremendous force it is capable of giving a shock to your brain. Even if you have high-grade earplugs, you will still be blown away by its force. Some Odogarons that have matured enough can even unleash the power to control ice element, freezing water around its body to form ice armor that increase both offense and defense capability. When you lost your loved one, you tend to get pretty grumpy and build up a lot of muscles. That is exactly what happened to Camu Odogaron that lost his companion and lived a solitary lifestyle for a long time. The guild decided to classify this monster as a new subspecies due to its drastically different physical traits and ability. It is also given a different title, the Explosive Wolf. Midogaron's roar is still his weapon of choice. He can make a roar that is much more powerful than the Odogaron, capable of sending everyone flying in a wide area. He will also use his roar to stun Hunter as a counter-attack. In order to compensate for hunting alone without the help of Nono Odogaron, the Midogaron have developed superior leg muscles that is capable of extreme acceleration. A hunter described the encounter with Midogaron as such. When my blade is about to land on the monster, it disappeared right in front of my eyes. I only saw a bright flash. Suddenly, I was blown away at the next moment. It is still unclear how Midogaron is capable of achieving this physically impossible speed with muscle strength alone. I think maybe it was due to the scorching hot temperature at the volcano that helps to generate a mirage that confused the hunters. In order to keep up with its extreme speed, the Midogaron eyes have also become much more developed. It is capable of channeling much more blood flow to the eyes to prevent fatigue while tracking its prey at high speed. When doing this, it looks like the eyes are glowing in gold color, adding a much more sinister look to its face. The Midogaron is almost an Elder Dragon level threat with these seemingly impossible abilities. The only downside is it will tire itself fairly quickly while using the super speed ability. There are not much information regarding the Zenith Midogaron. It is simply too dangerous to come in contact with this monster. Hunters that face these beasts rarely made it back to the guild with proper report. From the few documents available, we only know that Zenith Midogaron is a much more matured Midogaron, with even more developed physical power. It can now maintain its golden eyes and super speed for a prolonged period of time, giving it even greater speed than before. It is now so fast, it looks like it can teleport across long distance. The only way to take down this beast is to injure its hind leg, which will cause it to consume more stamina to maintain its super speed. When this happens, the Midogaron cannot maintain its rampage for a long period of time and require more rest between attacks. This is the only gap you have to effectively damage the beast. Well, the theory is simple, but how to injure the legs of a beast that is moving at light speed? That's a problem for you best of the best hunter out there. Not much is known about the Lunagaron at this moment. Hunters from Kamura village are still busy looking for clues about this monster. The only info we have so far is that it seems to be a nocturnal animal and have control over ice element. It is possible that it can freeze water in the air around its body to create an ice armor to cover its body, just like Samtrios and Odogaron. Also, I managed to dug out this photo from our ancient civilization archive. It shows a metal wolf that fits the description of Lunagaron very well, it seems. That's all the info I have for you today. You can check this out for other interesting monsters lore. I'm Brian, the traveling field researcher, over and out.